What is matrices? Okay, so I am going to give the definition or idea about matrices. So listen carefully. Very simple chapter as well as a comparatively easier one also comparative to the other chapters actually. Okay, so my matrix or definition about deal also what is actually matrix. Matrix is nothing but the arrangement of data in row and column wise. আমি যিকোনো এখিনি ডাটা সাপোজ তোমালোকে নাম্বাৰ কিছুমানকে যদি তোমালোকে ৰো আৰু কলম ইউজ কৰি ৰো আৰু কলম চিনি পোৱা কিজান হৰাইজেন্টেল লাইন বিলাকক ৰো বুলি কোৱা হয় আৰু যিবিলাক ভাৰ্টিকেল আছে সেইবিলাকক কলম বুলি কোৱা হয় তাৰমানে যদি নাম্বাৰ বিলাক তোমালোকে এনেকে লিখিছা এইবিলাক ৰো মেইনটেইন কৰিছা ৰো বুলি কোৱা হয় আৰু যদি তোমালোকে এনেকে লিখিছা নাম্বাৰ বিলাক তেনে তোমালোকে সো এটো ফাৰ্স্ট কলম এটো সেকেন্ড কলম এনেকে অনুমান কৰিব পাৰি এটো থাৰ্ড কলম দেখিছানে so that means যদি horizontally লিখিছা তেতিয়ালে তাক ৰো নাম কোৱা হয় so how many rows are there row number 1 row number 2 row number 3 row number 4 row number 5 row number 6 how many columns are there column number 1 column number 2 column number 3 column number 4 column number 5 in this way that means this is matrices is nothing but the arrangement of data according to rows and columns with the help of rows and columns jikonu data maybe numbers also maybe letters maybe anything whatever maybe number of objects maybe name of the human beings name of the states name of the capitals all those whatever maybe the matter if we are going to write down using row and column then it will form a matrix always so matrix is what matrix is the arrangement of data with respect to rows and columns for example মই সাপোজ তোমালোকৰ এনেকা ডাটা মানে মই সাপোজ নাম্বাৰ বিলাক এৰেঞ্জ কৰিছো 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 তোমালোকে নিশ্চয় দেখিছা কিবা মই কি কৰিলো 1 ৰ পৰা 12 লৈকে ডাটাখিনি মই এনেদৰে এৰেঞ্জ কৰিছো ঠিক আছে সো ইট উইল ফৰ্ম এ ম্যাট্ৰিক্স তাক জেনাৰেলি তোমালোকে দেখিছা থাৰ্ড ব্ৰেকেটৰ ভিতৰত লিখা যায় সো হাউ মেনি rows are there this is nothing but a row number 1 this one is row number 2 and this one is row number 3 how many rows are there 3 rows are there how many columns are there তোমালোকে জানাই ভাৰ্টিকেল লাইন বিলাকক কলম বুলি কোৱা হয় this one is the first vertical line so column number 1 so this is column number what 2 this one is column number 3 this one is column number what 4 so how many rows are there 3 rows and 4 columns so this is nothing but the order of the matrix order of the matrix so matrix is the arrangement of data using rows and columns row আৰু column use কৰি যদি ডাটা খিনি তোমালকে এটা লিখা এটা ফৰ্মত তাটা খৰে matrix বুলি কোৱা হয় matrix is a combination of rows and columns and remember that depending upon the number of rows and number of columns we have the order of the matrix the in case of order to kenake likhiso 3/4 generally kenake likhim 3/4 3/4 matrix so 3 is the number of rows and 4 is the number of columns if we multiply them 3 4s are what 12 that means this matrix contains 12 elements bhalke so 12 ta element ase na 1 upar 12 bole 12 ta element nahi that means depending upon the order you can easily find out how many elements will be there in that collection we can easily find it out so matrix is nothing but the arrangement of data using rows and columns whenever we are arranging the data we have to maintain one specific pattern okay remember depending upon the row number of rows and number of columns horizontal lines are known as rows and vertical lines are known as columns depending upon the number of rows and number of columns we have the order of the matrix what is the order of the matrix here 3/4 3 is the number of rows of the matrix 4 is the number of columns of the matrix just multiply 3 4 is what 12 so this is nothing but a number of elements of the matrix okay suppose the order of the matrix is suppose 2/3 what does it mean how many rows are there 2 rows are there in this matrix how many rows will be there row number 1 and row number 2 2 rows will be there how many columns will be there 3 columns column number 1 column number 2 and column number 3 are you getting my point so in this way elements will be like that how many rows 3 rows row number 1 row number 2 and row number 3 how many columns will be there column number 1, column number 2, and column number 3. Oh, sorry, bhul hoise dei. How many rows will be there? 2 rows will be there. Row number 1 and row number 2. Row দুটা থাকিব আৰু column কেটা থাকিব তোমালোকে নিশ্চয় দেখিছা. How many columns? 3 columns will be there. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 rows and 3 columns. How many elements? 2 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements will have. Correct. এতিয়া চোৱা মন কৰিবা. So depending upon the generally element বিলাকক কেনেকে লিখা হয় যদি আমি matrix এটা represent কৰিব বিচাৰো বা matrix এটা যদি আমি লিখিব বিচাৰো তেতিয়া হলে চোৱা আমি matrix টো কেনেদৰে represent কৰিম. The elements are generally represented by like that. চাবা দেই মই general matrix টো লিখিছো. A11. The first symbol, this is the 11 is a subscript. The first number of the subscript represents the position of the element of the rows in which row this element lies. What is the number of rows? First row, this is the number of column. First row, first column. This is the first row and this is the first column. So this element belongs to first row, first column. What does it mean? A12. What is the number of row? First row. What is the number of column? Second column. So this is the first row and this is the second column. This is the position of the element. What is the meaning of this one? A13. First row, third column. This is the first row, third column. So if you observe carefully, as all the elements lies in the same row, that's why the number of row is same. যেহেতু গোটেইকেইটা এলিমেন্ট একেটা রোতে লাইজ কৰিছে সেইকাৰণে তোমালোকে রো নাম্বাৰটো সেম আছে. সো 1 1 1. কলম নাম্বাৰ কি হয়? এটা সেকেন্ডৰ কলম নাম্বাৰ বুজাই দেই, কলম. So first column, second column, third column. 1 4. A1N. Suppose how many columns are there? What is the number of rows? First row. First line to নহয় নেকি? First row. What is the number of column? N column. 1 2 3 4 কে up to কিমান column আছে? N column আছে. Suppose now what is the number of row here? Second row. What is the column? Number of column. First column. So A21. What is the position of this element? A22. First row or second row, second column. Second row, third column. Second row, fourth column. Second row will be remain same. Second row, how many number of column? N column. So in this way, suppose M row, first column. Number of row is M. ধৰি লৈছো মই. Number of row is M. What is the position of the column? First column. M row, second column. Row number M, third column. M row, fourth column. M row, what is the number of column? N column. So how many number of, what is the number of rows? ভালকে চোৱা, number row কেটা আছে? তোমালোকে চালে দেখিবা row কেটা আছে বুলি মই সুধো, how many rows are there in this given matrix? তোমালোকে পজিশন চালে দেখিবা number of row কিমান আছে? এটো row number নুবুজাই নে first way? M rows are there. Now row number 1, row number 2, row number 3 up to row number M. So M by how many columns are there? This is represents column. First column, second column, third column, fourth column up to nth column. So what is the order of the matrix? M by N. How many elements we will have? Just multiplied Mn elements. We will have Mn elements. In this way, we can easily find out the order of any matrix, and this is a general representation of a matrix. Is some matrix of represent koribo. Okay, remember what is M? M is the M to ki hoy konobai kobane? What is M? M is the number of rows of the matrix. A matrix to kiman ta row ase hetu represent korise M e. Hekane M or value row number kiman by start hoy? The values of M lies between 1 to what? কিমান হ'ব? M or value. Suppose মই এনেকে লিখিছো, এ মাজতে এটা লাইন গুছি গৈছে, suppose AI1, AI2, AI3, AI4, number of row to I, AIN. মই ধৰি লৈছো, suppose এটা element গৈছে AIJ. I number of row is I and number of column is J. তেতিয়া হলে every matrix has a specific or particular name. প্ৰত্যেক matrix ৰ এটা নাম থাকে. Suppose মই এই matrix টোৰ নাম দিছো capital A. Any capital letter you can use to represent the name of any matrix. যিকোনো matrix ৰ নামটো represent কৰিবৰ কাৰণে তোমালোকে যিকোনো capital letter use কৰিব পাৰা. So that means this matrix can also be written as, so কেনেকে লিখিছো? AIJ. M by N. What is I? I is the position of the element of the row. কোনটো row a k number row আছে I number row. What is the exact number of rows here? M number of rows are there. Total number of row m হয় তাৰে কোনোবাটা কি হয় ith row. সেইকাৰণে I value কাৰ কাৰ মাজত ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰিব যেটো I এ number of rows ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰে ইয়াৰ value 1 পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হৈছে আৰু কলৈকে যাব m লৈকে যাব. What is j? J is the number of column. কলমৰ সংখ্যা কিমানৰ পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয় 1 পৰা কিমানলৈকে ম্যাক্সিমাম কলম গৈছে তোমালোকৰ ম্যাট্ৰিক্সটোত n. এটো কি হৈ গল I কি হয় number of row. কিমান row number কিমান হয় 0 পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয় নে 1 পৰা 1 পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয়. So row maximum কিমানটা থাকে তোমালোকৰ ম্যাট্ৰিক্সৰ row কিমানটা আছে maximum m টা. What is j? J is the number of column. কিমানৰ পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয় 1 পৰা কিমানলৈকে যাব তোমালোকৰ ইয়াত যিমানটা হাইয়েস্ট কলম আছে কিমানটা কলম ৰাখিছা তোমালোকে n টা. So সেইকাৰণে I আৰু j n আৰু m ৰ মাজত ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰে. So the whole thing, the whole matrix can also be written as like that. গোটেই ম্যাট্ৰিক্সটোক আমি এনেদৰে লিখি ৰাখিব পাৰো. A I j m by n. What is the limitation of I? I should lies between 1 and m and j should lies between 1 and n. এনেধৰণে আমি এটা ম্যাট্ৰিক্সক ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰিব পাৰো. What is matrix? Matrix is a representation of data using rows and columns. Whenever we have the number of elements of number of rows and number of columns of a matrix, we can easily find out the order of the matrix. If number of row is 5 and number of column is 6, then the order will be 5 by 6, correct? Number of row is 5, number of column is 6, so answer will be 5 by 6. So how many elements we will have in that matrix? So 5 6 are 30, 30 টা এলিমেন্ট থাকিব আমি এনেকা মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰিলে হ'ব. ইয়াৰ নাম্বাৰ অফ rows কিমান দেখিছা m, নাম্বাৰ অফ কলম কিমান দেখিছা n, so total number of element কিমান হ'ব m এটা. so আমি এনেধৰণে ডিসকাস কৰিব পাৰো. I hope all of you are getting my point. বুজি পাইছা বুলি ভাবিছো. আৰু তাক জেনাৰেলাইজ কেনেকৈ কৰিব পাৰো গোটেই এলিমেন্ট বিলাকক ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰিব পৰাকে মই এটা এলিমেন্ট ললো ij. গোটেই এলিমেন্ট বিলাকক ৰিপ্ৰেজেন্ট কৰিছে a ij. What is I? Number of rows. So I value কৰ পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হ'ব number of rows 1 পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয় কলৈকে গৈছে তোমালোকৰ ম্যাট্ৰিক্সটোত ম্যাক্সিমাম rows কিমান আছে m লৈকে যাব পাৰিব ম্যাক্সিমাম rows m হ'ব পাৰে. What is j? J is the number of column. কলমৰ সংখ্যা কিমানৰ পৰা স্টাৰ্ট হয় 1 পৰা কলৈকে যাব obviously n লৈকে যাব. So this is the general representation of a matrix. If you want then you can easily note it down by pausing the video. Okay, so now listen. এতিয়া মোক যদি কয় suppose you have to find out suppose a matrix minus 2 the elements, these are known as elements of the matrix. Okay, these are known as elements of the matrix. The elements of the matrix may be real or may be complex. এটা matrixৰ element বিলাক real number হ'ব পাৰে complex number হ'ব পাৰে. Suppose 3 root 2 5 2 4 1 7 0 minus 1 4 8. So first of all, what is the order of the matrix? A matrix to order kiman. So first of all, you have to discuss how many rows are there. How many rows? Horizontal line bilako row boli koha. Row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. 3 rows are there. How many columns? Column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, then column number 4. So 3 by 4 matrix. Correct. So 3 number of row is 3, number of column is 4. So how many total elements we will have? 3 4 are 12 elements. Just count it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So 12 elements we will have. Okay. ঠিক আছে নে খালি মন কৰা ম্যাট্ৰিক্স ফৰ্ম কৰোতে তোমালোকে কিটা এনেকৈ না ফৰ্ম কৰিব নোৱাৰিবা বলে ফাৰ্স্ট ৰো contains 4 elements, second row contains 4 elements, third row contains 2 elements. This is not a matrix. To be a matrix, each and every row should contain same number of elements. প্ৰত্যেক ৰোতে সেম এলিমেন্ট থাকিব লাগিব যদি ইয়াত দুটা আছে তেনে তোমালোকে ইয়াতো তোমালোকে দুটা পাব লাগিব. So for now this one is a matrix. How many rows are there? Row number 1 2 3, row number is 3. How many columns are there? 1 2, column number is 2. So how many total elements? 6. 3 to the 6 elements we will have in this matrix. Correct. এতিয়া সোয়া মই যদি হুদু মই আকৌ এবাৰ এলিমেন্ট খিনি লিখি লৈছো root 2 7 3 1 5 8 ধৰি লৈছো মই. Answer is 3 by 4. What is the position of the element 4? 4 number element to position kiman? 4 number element to position kiman? So first of all, this one is 4. 4 lies in, first of all, you should have to count the number of row. 4 lies in which number row? What is the number of row? where 4 lies. 4 to k number row lies কৈছে row number 1 then row number 2 তাৰ মানে A1 oh sorry A2 element 4 to কি হয় row number 2. What is the column number? Column number, this one is first column, this one is second column. That means 4 contains second row, second column. So ago first row, second row column to count kora, first column, second column. Okay, so what is the position of the element 1 or position 2 kwa? What is the position of the element? First row, second row, this is 1, second row. So column number, what is the column number? 4 1, column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, then column number 4, 2 4. Now my question is that what is A33? What is the element A33? Kunoba koba neki? 33 means third row, third column. 33 element to kiman hobo? Third row, third column. Anyone else? Third row, third column. Ki hobo pare? Third row, first row, second row, third row, third column. I think it should be 5. So let's take it answer. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Very good. So the element A33 is equal to 5. Third row, third column, first row, second row, third column. Then obviously the element is 5. We are getting in this way in your textbook. Whenever you will get your textbook, I know you will get some questions in your exercise of matrix that you have to find out the value of A33, A24, A34, A like that. What is the element of A34? 34 means third row, fourth column. Third row, first row, second row, third row, then fourth column. First column, second column. Obviously, row is this one. Okay. Now you have to find out a fourth column. First column, second column, third column, fourth column. So what is the common element here? Third row, fourth column. What is the common element? 8. 8 is the answer. In this way, you have to find it out. Correct. Third row, fourth column. I hope you are getting my point. First of all, we can easily find out the order of the matrix. Then we can easily find out the position of any element. And remember that the elements of the matrix may be real or may be complex. Now, listen. Suppose you have 6 elements. How many elements you have? 6 elements. So what are the order of the different matrices? Tumalage kimanta matrix banabo pariba. That means 6 can be written as 1 by 6. How many rows are there? 1 row. How many columns? Suppose the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are elements. So how many different matrices you can form? So first one is 1 by 6. 1 row and 6 column. I think this is the matrix. 1 row. How many rows are there? You are not supposed to use comma. 1 row. How many columns? Column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 1 row is there. And then 6 column. Then 6 can be written as 2 into 3. How many rows we have here? 2 rows. How many rows we have? 2 rows. Row number 1 and row number 2. How many columns? 3 columns. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I correct? So this is the matrix. Is it true? This is the matrix. How many rows? 2 rows. Then how many columns? 1, 2, 3. That means if we have 6 elements, how many different matrices you can form? One matrix can be formed of the order 1 by 6. Another matrix can be formed 2 by 6. Next, 3 by 2. Am I correct? These two are different because here number of row is 2 and here the number of row is 3. That means number of row is 3 means first row, second row, third row. 3 rows should be there. But how many columns? 2 columns only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 column mane tumalake efal ba gole duta he jabo pariba. This is column number 1 and this one is column number 2. Correct. So tumalake duta column boli gole tumalake efale dughor he jabo pariba. Eghor, dughor. Kintu row number boli gole tolle ahite pariba. Kemanta row boli kise 3ta. First row, second row, third row. Kintu column boli gole keta column kise duta column. So yatke bahile jabo nwariba. So I think the matrix will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? Last one. 6, 1. Are they same? No. Here, what is the number of row? 1. Here, what is the number of row? 6 rows you have to consider. 6 rows. row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4, row number 5, row number 6. How many columns? Only one column. I think this is a matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many rows? 6 rows. How many columns? 1 column. So listen, the matrix which contains only one row, this one is 1 by 6. This one is 6 by 1. If the matrix contains only one row, this column is this matrix is known as row matrix. Zibilang matrix or okol eta row thake hebilak row matrix koa hoy. Aru Zibilang matrix, the matrix which contains exactly one column, this matrix will be known as column matrix. Tomalke aru ekta kotha gom pala, if we have 6 elements, how many different types of matrices you can form? Exactly 4 matrices can be formed. One matrix is of order 1 by 6, another is 6 by 1. One is 2 by 3, another is 3 by 2. 1 by 6, number of row is what? 1. That's why it is row matrix. Here number of column is what? 1. So that's why it is column matrix. So if we have 12 elements, how many different matrices can be formed? Just factorize it. 1 into 12, 2 by 6, 3 by 4, 4 by 3, 6 by 2, correct? Then 12 by 1. How many matrices you can form? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matrices you can form. This one is known as row matrix. This one is known as column matrix. Tomorrow number of element into 12 element ase kimanta different matrix banabo pariba. So just try to factorize it. 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4, 4 into 3, 6 into 2, 12 into 1. So 6 different matrices can be formed using all those 12 elements. Number of the elements may be real or may be complex. Already I have told to you people. Okay, so gom pala je number of element thakile kenokarno matrix banabo pari etu ami already hikilosu. And if the matrix is given, so here what is the element A21 for this matrix? What is the element A21? Second row, first column. This one is the second row, first row, second row. Second row, first column. This one is the column number 1, that means 4. Second row, first element who is it? Second row, first element 4 no niki. What is the meaning? Second row, kenaba element, third element. Second row, tinaba element ki 6 ako. This is equal to 6. So in this way, we can easily find out the corresponding elements. If we have to find it out, you have to use this procedure. A57, what does it mean? Fifth row, 7 number element to lage. Fifth row, 7 column. What does it mean? A35, third row, 5 number element to lage. Third row, 5 number element to lage. So third row, find out koriba. First, second, third, third row 5 number element here to count koribo lagibo. In this way, you have to find it out. I hope all of you are getting my point. So different types of matrices are there. I am going to explain step by step. Okay, remember equality of two matrices. Equality of two matrices. Two matrices A and B are, we know that capital letters can be used to represent a matrix. Two matrices are said to be equal. Duta matrix of tumalage equal boli kobo pariba if they have same number of elements as well as their orders are same. That means if both the matrix contains, if both the matrices same order, it is 2 by 5 order hoise, you 2 by 5 order hobo lagibo, and interestingly they should contain the same element. For A mane suppose moi dhori loisu etu 2 by 3 matrix boli consider kolu, etu 2 by 3 matrix. Etu suppose row number kiman ase duta, tamane tumalake eneko eta line jabo pariba aru eta line jabo pariba duta line. Suppose aru column number kiman 3ta 1 5 7 moi dhori lolu. How many columns we have? Column number 1, column number 2, column number 3. How many rows? 1 row. 3 la 1 row. 8 4 3. This one is nothing but 2 by 3, am I correct? 2 row, 3 column. Let us consider B. B is equal to suppose 1 5 7 8 4 3. What is the order? Two matrices are said to be equal if they have the same order and they should contain exactly the same elements. 1 5 7 1 5 7 8 4 3 8 4 3. Then and then only these two matrices are said to be equal. Duta matrix equal boli kobole hole they should contain the same elements and they have same order. Tara ki hobo lagibo tati same order hobo lagibo aru tahati eke element contain koribo lagibo. এতিয়া চোৱা তাৰমানে এতিয়া মোক কোৱাচোন এটা সাপোজ 5 1 7 4 8 3 এটা matrix equal নেকি although they contain the same elements they first of all their orders are same 2 by 3 2 by 3 how many elements 6 elements this also contains 6 elements this also contains same 6 elements but remember that what is the first element here a11 what is the first element 1 but what is the first element here 5 are they equal no that's why these two matrices are not equal to be equal দুটা matrix equal হ'ব ললে তাতে order same হ'ব লাগিব first কথা same that is same element contain কৰিব লাগিব they should contain the same element with respect to their places তাতৰ corresponding place বিলাকত same element contain কৰিব লাগিব first element to 1 আছে ইয়াত first element কিমান আছে 5 ইয়াত second element to 5 আছে ইয়াত second element কিমান আছে 1 so this should not be equal to be equal they should contain exactly the same elements in their respective places and there should be order should be same এতিয়া suppose দুটা matrix equal বুলি কৈছে এফালে এটা matrix লিখিছে 2 5 3x is equal to 2 5 7 3 7 তোমাক কইলে these two matrices are equal যদি matrix গিটা equal হয় then what is the value of x সুধিছে matrix গিটা equal হয় তার corresponding element বিলাক equal হৈ যায় দুটা matrix equal হলে তার corresponding element বিলাক equal 2 লগত 2 equal 5 লগত 5 equal 3 লগত 3 equal then x এর ভ্যালু কিমান হ'ব x is equal to 7 in this way we can easily find out the corresponding value of the unknown variables if we have two equal matrices দুটা matrix equal হ'ব ললে they should contain the corresponding elements of the matrices should be same or equal দুটা matrix or corresponding element বিলাক equal হ'ব লাগিব তেটা matrix এটা তোমালকে equal matrix বুলি ক'ব পাৰিবা okay এটো equality of two matrices দুটা matrix or equality condition কি কবা their corresponding elements should be same okay suppose question টো এনে কোনে দিয়া আছে x minus y 7 2 x plus y this matrix is how many elements we have 4 elements what is the order 2 by 2 here suppose 5 7 2 3 correct what is the order number of row is 2 number of column is 2 so 2 by 2 matrix তোমাক কৈছে if these matrices are equal find the value of x and y matrix is equal then তার corresponding element বিলাক equal হৈছে 7 লগত 7 তাহলে x minus y টো কার লগত equal হ'ব x minus y is equal to 5 পালা যেটো matrix এটা equal বুলি দিয়া আছে তাহলে তার corresponding element বিলাক same হ'ব লাগিব তাৰ মানে x minus y is equal to কিমান হ'ব লাগিব 5 হ'ব লাগিব আৰু next x plus y should be equal to what x plus y is equal to 3 now we are going to solve these two equations দুটা equation solve কৰি দিম matrix এটা equal বুলি দিয়া আছে তোমাক কৈছে x আৰু y ভ্যালু কিমান matrix এটা equal হলে তার corresponding element বিলাক equal হৈ যাব নহয় তাৰ মানে x minus y টো 5 ৰ লগত equal হ'ব আৰু x plus y টো কাৰ লগত equal হ'ব 3 লগত equal হ'ব আৰু এইটা যদি equal হয় তেনে তোমালকে দুটা equation পালা solve কৰি দিয়া solve কৰা মানে কিমান y by cancel গুচি গল twice x is equal to 8 পালা x ৰ ভ্যালু কিমান থাকিলে 4 আৰু x ৰ ভ্যালু 4 হলে y ভ্যালু -1 গম পালা নাই সো y ভ্যালু কিমান পালা -1 আমি এনেকে সলভ কৰি unknown ভ্যালু বিলাকৰ ভ্যালু বিষয় কৈ দিব পাৰি clear so in this way we can easily find out a value of the unknown variable if the equality conditions are given to us যদি দুটা আমাৰ equality condition দিয়ে তেতিয়াহলে আমি ভ্যালুটো ফাইন্ড আউট কৰিব পাৰিম okay I hope you are getting my point এতিয়া সো আমি দুটা ধৰণৰ matrix পালো row matrix means what a matrix is said to be a row matrix if the number of row is 1 and column is anything this is number of row 1 hole ta row matrix if the matrix where number of column is 1 then this matrix is known as column matrix and where another one is square matrix নাম তো শুনিছা নে square matrix square কাক কয় the length or breadth same তাৰ মানে 2 by 2 matrix হলে তাক square matrix বুলি কোৱা যাব 3 by 3 হলে row number আৰু column number equal হলে তাক square matrix বুলি কোৱা যাব so তেতিয়া হলে মানে কি যদি এনেকুৱা নহয় চোৱা m by m number of row or number of column equal তাক কি matrix কোৱা হ'ব তেতিয়া square আকৌ length আৰু breadth equal হৈ আছে আৰু যিবিলাক square নহয় তাক rectangular matrix বুলি কোৱা হয় rectangular matrix rectangular মানে length or width বেলেগ বেলেগ হ'ব যেনেকে a 5/7 number of row is what 5 number of column is what 7 so ই বেলেগ হৈ আছে তেনলে ই এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হৈ আছে row কম আৰু কলম বেছি row কম এটো কলম বেছি এটো rectangular matrix হৈ আছে where number of row is not equal to number of column that matrix is known as rectangular তোমালোকে rectangle চিনি পোৱা নহয় length or width বেলেগ বেলেগ যে so for rectangular matrix number of rows should not be equal to number of column for square matrix number of row is equal to number of column number of row number of column equal হ'ব এটা মোক কোৱাচোন এটো কি matrix হয় row number 1 so row matrix এটো কি matrix হয় column matrix under what condition a row matrix is an equal matrix এই ম্যাট্ৰিক্সটো ইকুৱেল ম্যাট্ৰিক্স হ'বলৈ হলে কন্ডিশনটো কি হ'ব লাগিব n ৰ জায়গাত কিমান বহিব লাগিব 1 বহিব লাগিব তুমি n ৰ জায়গাত 1 বহাই দিয়াচোন এটো তোমালোকৰ স্কয়াৰ ম্যাট্ৰিক্স নহলে under what condition this matrix will be an equal matrix তোমালোকে আইডাৰ কবা 1 ৰ m ইকুৱেল টু কিমান হ'ব লাগিব 1 মানে দুইটা হয় m কৰি দিব পাৰিবা 1 ৰ জায়গাত m বহালেও তোমালোকৰ এটো স্কয়াৰ ম্যাট্ৰিক্স বুজাব নহলে বা তোমালোকে কাম এটা কৰা m ৰ জায়গাত 1 বহাই দিয়া then also it is a square matrix তোমালোক সুধিব পাৰে suppose a m/5 for what value of m this one will be a square matrix m or key value karone e square matrix hobo then obviously m should be equal to 5 m or value 5 hole e square matrix hobo eto ami gom pai goisu okay I hope all of you are getting my point tomaloke mur point bilak buji paisa boli bhabisu today what we have discussed we have got the definition or idea about matrix matrix is nothing but the arrangement of data using rows and columns so every matrix can be represented by capital letter from A to Z any letter can be used to represent a matrix if the number of rows and number of columns or matrix are known to us then we can easily identify the order to keneke koa hoy m by n what is m number of rows of the matrix what is n number of column of the matrix ebilak ami janu thik ase so next ami gom palu duta matrix ketia equal koa hoy when we can say that two matrices are said to be equal if their corresponding elements are same duta matrix or order same hobo lagibo aru tahator exactly element bilak equal hobo lagibo row matrix ka koa hoy when the number of row is 1 that matrix is known as row matrix for example 3/1 4/1 7/1 tenaka thana eta kotha tu hol order likute eto enaka na hobo pare nai half by m eto or matrix order hobo pare nuare কেলে নোৱাৰে এটা কি বুজায় নাম্বাৰ অফ rows এ বুজায় তোমালোকে নাম্বাৰ অফ rows কেতিয়াবা হাফ কবা নেকি কিমানটা ৰো আছে চা আধাটা ৰো আছে বা হাফ ৰো আছে আমি এনেকে কোন হয় সো m and n should be natural number মই ৰো নাম্বাৰ কিমান -7 এনেকে কম নেকি ৰো নাম্বাৰ can never be negative সেইকাৰণে ইয়াত কিটো নেগেটিভ নাম আমি কি কম only কি কব পাৰো বাৰু only natural number should be there in place of m and n when number of rows is 1 then it will be known as row matrix whenever number of column is 1 then it will be known as column matrix is it clear then aroda ami gom palu square matrix ka koy when number is equal to now under what condition this one will be a square matrix kiman hobo laibo m should be equal to n if m and n are not equal then it